Hey, what's going on? Welcome back for another one, man. We're finna do a nice little recap and then we're gonna have a great little story time. Before we start, um, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video because ultimately it helps the channel grow. And yeah, man, we here. We ready. It's a crazy day for me today. I don't know about you guys, um, but I struggled a little bit. But let's talk about it because we seem to not want to break out of this area. And so here, as y'all can see, we had this nice little level where this morning it kind of came to, and this was the best area to definitely, take that trade and then take the trade back up. Um, me, I wasn't that guy. I was wanting to take these trades in here, which became kind of a chop fest, and I got chopped up. Actually, in ES, I got chopped up, um, and in Q. So both of them, I really got chopped up. But this was the area that definitely looking to, if we broke above, I was looking at for resistance, and then looking for us to continue to move up into the 55 69 area, which is my next target above. But as you can see, we just could not break above that. So ultimately, the best trade was here. I was a little nervous here. Um, for me, I thought it was better if we come down to test this area, hopefully, and then kind of push up. So my game plan was a little bit off. I was all over the place a little bit, and so yeah, it was tough sledding for me. Um, so as you can see now, it's starting to push up and go towards this 55, 69 area. So we'll see if it continues by the time we get off of here. Um, so, you know, what am I looking for? Hopefully, the continue of pushing up. That would be nice. I would hope, but definitely, I would be looking to come back and test this 5500 area and seeing if we can hold, um, above here. All right, let's go to NQ, as well. And like I said, I kind of, got chopped up here, um, as well too. So because the better trade would have been the break of this area, and then once it held here, now going long here. Um, that's not what I was looking at. I was looking at the short here, and as you can see, I got stopped out there as well too. So I was looking to short, but we was looking to continue to push up, and that's what it did. And of course, this changed and became resistance, and and then kind of pushing up. And as you can see, we're breaking the highs of the day, and now we're trying to go to greener pastures up here. So we'll see. Okay, let's go to oil. I did not trade oil, um, but oil had some great setups here as well too, holding this area, this level, and then starting to push up, and then push up and push up. And now we're once again here as well. We're testing those highs. So oil actually would have been a great trade. But once again, I kind of have that love hate relationship with oil, so I didn't take it, uh, and wish I did. Here we go. Now, let's look at gold. Gold as well too. I did the exact same thing. So I kind of got chopped up, and one, I think that I just was not patient, you know, enough here because I was looking for this right to be support. So when it came here, held, I went long, expecting for it to, of course, push back up, and of course it didn't, and that became resistance. Um, I looked for the break, so here I played the break, which once again is something I typically would not have done. But I'm gonna tell you why I did it. I was super biased on gold. I was looking long all the way. And so when I saw the break, I was like, here it is. I don't want to miss out. FOMO. I took the trade, missed it, of course, because it came back and dropped. And that's typically not a trade that I take, right? So now, uh, let's have a story time real quick. And so, as you can see, of me breaking my trading rules, one, I am one of those. I like to be totally transparent because I personally think that when I see other traders and other trading channels, they don't talk about the fact that they're not green every day. They don't talk about their mistakes or them breaking their rules. It's like everything is green pastures. Everything is great, and I get it because you want people to watch your videos. You want people to look at you, learn from you, and follow you, right? So you're showing all the glitz and glamour and everything that glitters gold, with the catchy titles of how I turned $100 into, $100,000 or whatever. They be having some crazy stuff. And all of that can be true in the same breath. So I'm not saying that you can't do this. And I'm not saying that this can't change your life. That's not what I'm saying. But there's bumps and bruises along the road that may be hindering you from becoming a better trader. And so I just want to talk about it. So today, I'm going to give you exactly what I did and how I did it wrong. One, I'll be honest, and this is where I have a two trade. If I lose two trades in a row, typically I'm done. For whatever reason, for me anyways, me losing two trades in a row is extremely rare. I hardly ever do it. I'm usually if I even if I miss my first trade, I hit my second. Or I hit my first, I miss my, hit my first trade and I miss my second, vice versa. Like I rarely miss two trades in a row. So for me, I set a rule. If I miss two trades in a row, off the bat, I'm done. Like I'm done for the day. Clearly, I'm not seeing the market. I live to fight another day. Guess what? First rule I broke, did that. Boom. Missed two trades off the bat, right? So in my mind, I'm like, I'm done. I get up, I walk away, get some more water. I think about it and I come back and sit down. And I'm like, I can hit my next trade. Mind you, if I go into another trade, I'm breaking a rule. What I do, I take another trade. Now, this is the absolute worst thing that could have happened because I took a trade, I hit the trade, of course. But in my mind, it's like, I'm back on now. Let me just take one more. So, mind you, I would have been maybe down a little bit, going into Friday. Hey, not a big deal. I mean, going into the weekend, not a big deal, super profitable for the whole entire week. Friday just came a bump in the road, little hiccup. You know what it is? All right, cool. I'm done. I didn't stop there. I decided take another trade. Took another trade, missed that trade as well. And now I'm sitting here looking, scratching my head. And now I'm like, well, I'm in it now. And in my mind, I'm like, I might as well trade till I hit my stop limit. I keep trading. Of course, I hit my stop limit. And now I'm like, one more again. I'm going to take one more trade. Took another trade. Lost again. So, what am I saying here? I went over my stop loss for the day. Two, so that's one. Well, that's a rule break. I missed my first two trades. That's a rule, and I kept going. That's a rule break. Mentally, I was all over the place because I'm seeing the market, and then you start to realize I did things that I would not do. Right? I was sitting here telling you guys that I took the breakout, and I don't typically take the breakout up here, right? It was coming charging, and I'm like, I'm taking this. Oh, I'm taking the breakout. So I put this on the charts. Guess what? Boop, comes right back down. I don't typically take that trade in that scenario. I let it give me confirmation before I take it, right? But I'm already down. At this point, I'm gambling because I'm trying to get money back. Instead of maybe being down a few $100s, now I'm down a couple thousand. And it didn't have to get that way. And then overall, you look at it and you're like, yo, you definitely took away some of your profits for the week when you could have just taken lost minimum profits for the week. And now you got to take this into the weekend. And now you feel some kind of way about it, right? Now it's a problem because you're like, dang, why did I do that? I shouldn't have never done that. I should have stopped. And now you got to, once again, like I said, look yourself in the mirror and like, yo, I messed up. I did that. I'm trying to do better. I'm trying to be better. And I did that. I messed up. I can't be doing this. I got to do better. And what's the reason for this story? The reason for this story is this happens to profitable traders just like it happens to novice traders, as well too. I think everyone goes through this sometimes or, another. It may be way less, right? This might happen to me today and it doesn't happen to me again for another 7-8 months, right? But it's going to happen again. And I think that this is a side of trading that people don't really, successful traders don't really talk about, is that they have days like this where someone needs to tap them on the shoulder and say, all right, bro, you're done. You took a loss. So instead of me losing by, 5 points, now you're down by 15. You took a super L. And so make sure that you are sticking to your rules as best as you possibly can. Once again, this isn't a game of perfection. The best players, best athletes, best people that do things in the world make mistakes. It's all about limiting your mistakes, becoming the best loser that you possibly can. Losing by 5 points is a whole lot better than losing by 15 or 20 when it comes to trading, right? Because now you're not only taking away from, if you do something like I did, you're not only taking away from yesterday's profit margins, you're taking away from the day before, profit margins, which would have been Wednesday as well too. So one day you cleared out two days of hitting the market, seeing the market, doing great, right? That's not the way you want to go. You want to make sure that you're doing the best you can to stick to your rules, stick to, what is it that you do and play it. There's absolutely no reason why I did not let it at least break up here and then come back to test, right? So like up in here, this would have been the better trade, right? Okay, here it tests, comes back, overshoots it a little bit, but then it comes up and then it breaks above, comes back down, breaking above. That's a better trade there. Not playing the breakout here when it's been down here, but you thinking because gold has been going up, typically testing the highs for the most part daily, you like, okay, it's going to shoot up, so I'm going to take that chance. No, don't take that chance. Let the market show you what it wants to do, and then that way you can go with it. Same thing, the same thing that I was, doing here, but it's all about that mental, right? My mental got off, and I wanted to get my lick back, so I wasn't thinking straight until I was, once I got up, shut down, and then, you come back after a few hours and look, and now you're able to assess. And then now, like I said yesterday in my rant, Adrian, did you break rules? Yes, I broke rules. Adrian, why did you break rules? Well, because I had that conversation with myself. When I missed my first trade and my second, which hasn't happened in a long time, it threw me off my game. And instead of me saying, I'm off today, I need to shut it down, take it into the weekend, and go into Monday fully equipped and ready to go, I kept trying. My shot was broke. You hear me? And I kept bricking. And you always thinking that I'm gonna get it back on this one. I'm gonna get it back on this one. And sometimes you don't. And then sometimes you have a snowball effect where a day turns into a horrible day. I mean, I hope you got something out of that story. Hopefully it helps you guys. Once again, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure to turn that notification bell on to stay equipped when the lives are coming. And we'll continue to talk. Until next time, peace, blessings. Have a great weekend. Clock those ticks, and see you again next week. Or actually over the weekend, because we're going to do one talking about outlook for next week. Peace.